Hi, my name is Ava, and I'm here with Miss Diane.
Thanks for coming back again, Ava. It's good to see you again. What are we going to talk about today?
Early Connections history.
Oh, we have a pretty impressive history. You got some questions for me today?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
How long has Early Connections been around?
122 years old.
Wow.
I know, we've been around a long time. You want to hear a little bit about that?
Mm-hmm.
So, it was a really long time ago. It was 1897 when 14 women, we call them our founding mothers, formed the Day Nursery Association. And they wanted to make sure there was a place for children to go while their parents worked. It was a very long time ago, and so they were very, very thoughtful about thinking about what was best for children and their families. So they started this organization, and at their meeting they wrote the bylaws for this meeting, for this organization, and they said, we will be the Colorado Springs Day Nursery Association. And so for many, many years we were in other locations around Colorado Springs. We were in houses, we were in other kind of buildings, but then one day, one of those 14 original women, Alice Bemis Taylor, said that she would give a gift to the Day Nursery Association, and she would build a building in memory of her mother so that we would have a permanent home. And so in 1922, she started building this building, the Day Nursery that you come to every day. And for 2 years, construction people worked on this building to build this building. And in 1924, actually in December of 1923, the children moved in with the people who lived here with them. And then in 1924, we opened our doors, and we've been in this building ever since. But we're not just this building. We have other sites. Did you know that?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, we have some other places. So we have a child care center downtown at 108 Antlers Place. We have a child care center in Southeast Colorado Springs, South Shelton at 1465 South Shelton, and then we have a center at Sand Creek Elementary School. So altogether, and we also have family child care homes, we have a preschool, and we have a drop-in center at the courthouse. So we do all kinds of support in this community for children and families.
So what is a bylaw?
A bylaw? So what these women did is they sat down and they wrote the rules for how this organization would operate. How many people would be on the board? What would be the year that we would exist? So what we do is we have a business year from January until December of each year. They set out how many people could be on the board, what the committees would be, how the board would operate. So basically it's something that makes you official in the world of not-for-profits. And it's pretty impressive that these ladies sat down at their first meeting and wrote those bylaws and said, basically what it says is you're going to be around for a pretty long time. And here we are 122 years later, still around.
Wow.
I know. Do you want to know a little bit more about the building?
Mm-hmm.
So we can tell you a little bit more about the building. So she designed this building, Mrs. Taylor. She had an architect from England, and she had an architect from Pueblo, Colorado, and together the three of them designed this building. And she spent a lot of time in Europe, across the pond, they say, across the ocean. And there she spent time in castles and manor houses and looking at what Europe looked like in those days and in the old days. So she wanted to create a place where children could come and they would enjoy the beauty of architecture. Do you know what architecture is?
Mm-hmm.
Architecture is the design of a building. How you design a building, how you make it look, how you lay out the classrooms, how you lay out the floors, the kind of things you put on the walls, the kind of things you put on the ceiling, what the roof looks like. That's what architecture is. And people have to be trained to design those. So she wanted some place where children could come and they could appreciate the beauty of architecture. What do you think? Pretty beautiful building?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a pretty beautiful building too. And then she also wanted there to be some whimsy. Do you know what it means to be whimsical?
Yes.
What's whimsical mean?
A fantasy.
Absolutely, that's it. She wanted there to be some fun in the building so children could enjoy the building. So all around the building there's some whimsy. Have you seen the whimsy in our building? What do you think might be kind of fantasy in our building as you walk around?
The buildings, the pictures.
The pictures?
The art, all of it.
Absolutely. What about the stained glass windows?
I like them.
Oh yeah, I
They're
do too.
pretty.
They are very pretty. So stained glass windows would be some of the whimsy. It might be some of the wood on the wall, some of the designs that are in, like right behind us in the fireplace. Do you see that design up there, that angel? That's a little bit of whimsy, don't you think?
Yeah.
Something that's a little fantasy. So she wanted that to be something that children could look at and appreciate and love. And I think she did a pretty good job with that, don't you?
So that they think that it's kind of like their home, so that's cradling them into staying here.
Absolutely. That's a wonderful way to think about it. We can cradle ourselves and cradle our children because when we cradle something, we love it, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
And we do love our kids, don't we?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Thank you for telling me all this wonderful stuff about the history.
Thank you for asking. I'm glad to share our history. I kind of like this place. What about you?
I love it.
I'm glad.